Hello, and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, wherever you have those in your chart. And we all have water in our chart somewhere, so this could be for you, and that's my intention. And also, my readings are timeless, so whenever you catch this, is the right time for you. I've chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'll be clarifying with some other decks. And I've let the universe choose a song for you, and the title of your song is Quicksand. Um, you might be feeling like you're sinking. You're in some kind of quicksand or you're potentially facing some kind of situation that's gonna pull you in, and you're like, ah. And I think somehow it has to do, or it's speaking to it has to do with, or it's speaking to you needing to go within and do some inner work, some introspection. Oh, I just saw 111. um Doing some excavation where you're really looking at why you're doing something. Hey, good morning, Darlene Lisa. um why what's your motives? Do you have any hidden motives for why you want to do something, why you want something, someone? um and you may not, but if you're feeling like you're sinking, if you feel like you've stepped into quicksand, then that could be an indication that somehow you have some kind of hidden agenda that you're not totally aware of. Not, could be based on faulty expectations or beliefs or values from your past, and just needing to take some time to get really clear. And if you're finding that you're not really aligned with why you're doing something or wanting something, then making those active steps to course correct. And that's going to get you out of any kind of quicksand you might be in. And JoJo is here. JoJo and Roro. Ah, nice. And then we get the Yin card, which is all about active receptivity. Um, this is consciously allowing things to come into your life. It's not just kicking back and not doing anything. It's being very um, intentional with your manifestation. You get clear on your why, and then you take steps, you pivot where you need to, but ultimately you kind of wait to see what the next step will be, or something, because this can often, it speaks very much to being open to other people, um and their opinions, their suggestions, letting other people lead the way, and just being really receptive, just kind of going with the winds of change, because yes, we do have a change in the wind in protection. And it's like, maybe you started out with a certain idea, a certain plan, a certain goal. You discover that your your reason deep down was not truly authentic to who you are, to what you want. And so it's like, this could be speaking to the place of being in quicksand, where you feel like, mm, you feel like things aren't going the way you hoped or planned. But it's actually okay, because especially once you're in a place of this active receptivity, that it's kind of trusting that you're going to talk to the right people, you're going to get the right knowledge that's going to help lead you in a better direction, that's going to help get you out of that quicksand. It's going to be a rough day for us. Uh-oh. What's going on? Today's today's the 24th. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, let's stay positive. Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah. I wish. Okay. I wish you well. I hope you sending lots of healing energy to anyone who is feeling um anxiety or stress or worry about what might be coming for them. Including you, Jojo. Including me too. All of us. All right, so let me dive in. Let me dive into the good tarot. Oh, we get the Ace of Water, which is beautiful because this is about it's a card of unconditional love coming to you from others, loving yourself, and it really does start with yourself. No one can love you until you love yourself. And you can't truly love anyone until you love yourself first. So, and what's beautiful about this is through kind of, you know, I mean, the word love, it can be sticky sometimes, but it's the idea of really appreciating yourself, being authentic to who you are, um, being kind to yourself, caring for yourself, all the things. And that helps you to feel better incrementally, gradually. It's the upward spiral, and it starts to affect all the areas in your life, including your kind of your prosperity and abundance. And so the two are very connected because this is also a card of um, good fortune. And the however you say this, Hierophant, Hierophant. I could say it a million different ways because everyone does. um, Ultimately, in this deck, it's a card of spiritual practice that I think that kind of diving into your spiritual practice, whatever that means for you, could be meditation, could be prayer, could be going for walks in nature, or volunteering to help the needy. Whatever fulfills you spiritually, it's going to help you gain some kind of clarity. It's going to help you be more authentic to who you are, and ultimately make those correct decisions. It's going to help you to be more open to other people's ideas and suggestions. It's it puts you more in the flow and in a place where you feel like you're not resistant to being led somewhere to change. And then we get the Page of Air, which is all about new ideas, new focus, um, some kind of something new. Something new is coming, some kind of big change, and it's all because of you getting in touch with yourself, deep down, tapping into your intuition, into your innermost authentic self, and being open to whatever comes. We've got, both of these that kind of have this cup cup thing, just allowing in, being receptive, being open. Okay, let's look at the Oracle Tarot. We have Three of Pentacles, purposeful action. Yeah, it's easy to take purposeful action once you figure out what you're actually doing, what you actually want, figuring out your true why for doing anything. And It's interesting because it lands on the Ace of Water, which is a new beginning. And it's all around unconditional love. And I always point this out with this card, but she's going very swiftly, winds in her hair, but she's leaning back just a little bit. And it's to me it speaks of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Feeling cautious, not totally like going for something. Usually with new beginnings, there's a certain part of us that's like, I don't know what's going to happen. This is new. This is scary. We don't generally like the unknown, but it's knowing enough, being true to yourself, loving yourself enough that you're like, okay, I'm just going for it. I don't know what's going to happen. Feeling a little fear, but I'm going for it. So, which is great. That's where we learn, or how we learn. And then, ooh, we get the 7 of Wands taking a stand. Yeah, because when you start to make decisions, take purposeful action towards what you want, towards what's right for you, two things can happen. One is people show up and people who know you, and they're like, "What are you doing? This is weird. This is not like you." Um, they have all their, fears and how do you have a plan? What's like, what if it fails? You get a lot of that. And then also, as you succeed, as you start proving that things are you're taking the action and things are actually lining up for you and working out, people get jealous because now you're kind of making them feel like they wish that they had the cojones like you do to to move towards what they want, and they don't. And so then they start to kind of lash out. And I feel like there's some kind of saying, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's like your haters are your biggest fans, something like that. Because they hate you for a reason, because they're secretly super impressed and wish they could be you and do what you're doing. So either way, you're or both ways, you're having to stand up for what you know is right for you. And you're very clear that what you're doing, you're building something very solid in your life, and nobody can shake that. And it's because of your spiritual practice. You're tapping in to your higher power. You are being led. You're to allowing yourself to be led towards what it is you want. What you're Not just what you want, but towards your true why. And usually when you're doing something that is um, authentic to yourself, that feels really good, very often it has something to do with helping other people, being in service to others. If it's just about making money, that could be a part of it, but it's not about the making the money specifically. It's about what having more money will provide for you. What's the end game? Not just having the money, it's something else. And if it is just about having the money, that's when you need to figure out, what, what does that mean? Why do I want $1 million? Or, whatever. Um, it's always going to come down to something else than just the thing you think you want or know you want. Okay. Ooh, and then we get the 9 of Swords. Stress and anxiety. Yeah. Yeah. You're open. You're open to the new ideas. The new thing coming in, but the change. The things not working out the way you had hoped and planned, knowing that you have to pivot in some way. It is stressful. It does cause anxiety. Facing the unknown usually does. It's like taking a stand and telling someone, like, I know what I'm doing. I'm following my path and my purpose. But then secretly, you're like, you kind of take on those, um, what's the word? Kind of when people question you and then you start questioning yourself. Because oftentimes we're like, well, maybe they do know better. I don't know what the end game is. But really we never do. We like to think we do, but the universe always has something else in mind, and usually plans do not turn out exactly the way we initially um, think they will, or set goals for ourselves. There's usually something along the way that where we change course in some way. Okay, so let's look at the Osho Zen Tarot. We've got possibilities, making a choice, seeing the bigger picture. The sun is rising, understanding the correct path to take to get you where you need to go. And the sun, it's like the sun coming up is like gaining that understanding, that enlightenment through doing that inner work, figuring out what's actually driving you. Deciding becomes so much, no, how do I say it? There's another quote. It's like doing becomes very easy once you have decided, once you have made the decision and become really clear. Ooh, and then we get the 9. Oh, no, that's a different. We got 2 nines though. Um this is the basically it's the 9 of fire, 9 of wands, exhaustion, and we have the 9 of swords as well. So there's a lot of feeling tired, feeling stressed, tired. That's an understatement. Um I think the exhaustion is partly because you've been trying to make something happen and it wasn't totally true to what you actually want. And you've been trying to push, you've been trying to be in your masculine energy, which is all about doing and going for it and being very hyper focused and um getting things done. And it's like it's time to get into that more feminine energy. And remember, gender doesn't matter. We all have both in ourselves, but um being open to just dropping everything, getting away from trying to make something work. This is the quicksand, and just allowing, receiving, being open to other people's suggestions. There are other people who have more knowledge than you do around how to make this contraption actually work. Kind of looks like a robot. Haven't figured out how to make that robot actually work. Talking to someone is it's going to it's they're going to give you the clarity and the understanding of how to, maybe you have to scrap the whole thing and start over again, or maybe there are just certain points, certain parts where you just have to adjust things a little bit. It's different, for everyone, but it's y- tapping into your higher power, allowing yourself to gain that information that you need through being in your intuition, or tapping into your intuition, which is your direct line to your higher power, and then and letting that lead you, and that the exhaustion will will abate. um and consciousness, yeah, this is the place that you come to when you release the need to try to control the outcome, and you just something's got to change, and you just kind of learn to go with the flow. You get all about meditating, all about understanding that you're connected to everything. We are literally made of stardust. and the third eye here is activated, and it's just being in that place of calm receptivity. Absolutely. Alrighty, where are we at? Let's I'm going to look at the angelic messenger cards. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to look at the wisdom of Avalon real quick. The Grail Knight, romance, illusion, and seeking the sacred. Moving beyond illusion. Somehow you've been believing some kind of illusion. Something you thought was real based on faulty beliefs and values. Seeking the sacred through diving into your spiritual practice. Doing that consistently, regularly. And yeah, who knows? Maybe there's some romance coming in for you as well. If you're single, you're looking for that. Or, if you're in a relationship and then, it's boosting where you're at. Maybe, if you're talking about a relationship you're already in, maybe it's been a little bit rough because you've been reacting to them because of past wounds and hurts, or they're doing the same to you. Relationships, we usually mirror one another in some way. And so it's coming back to, why are you in the relationship in the first place? What is it about that person that actually lights you up? Coming back to that. So this could be speaking to making that connection stronger. And then we get the Stag, pride and leadership. Taking pride in what you do, taking a stand in what you know you can accomplish, what you have accomplished, in following this path and being a natural leader. You're not trying to make anyone do anything. You're just like, I have a vision for myself, and people are naturally drawn to that because you are being authentic to who you are. And the Fire Fairy, creative action and optimism. Yeah. Creative action, when you're authentic to yourself, that's the place where you start to feel inspired, excited, following your passion. And it's all connected to creativity, creating something in your life that actually lights you up, that fills you up. And what? Optimism, being optimistic that it is going to work out because you are tapped in. You are following the messages from your higher power. And we get healing. This is the Angelic Messenger deck. Healing yourself. Whatever healing means to you, wherever you've felt like you were stuck in quicksand, healing is about going within, doing that inner work, like I've been saying. And acknowledgement. Acknowledging where you've been, acknowledging where you're going, acknowledging people in your life who may actually have answers for you, or where you maybe even acknowledging where you have resisted. The word keeps eluding me. Help from people, suggestions, that kind of thing. And cooperation. Yeah. Yeah, this is not a solo journey. You following your path involves being open to others' input. When you're a really good leader, you take everyone's opinion and perspective into consideration, because when you're leading, you're thinking of everyone involved. You're not just doing something because you think that's how it should be, period. I mean, that's like being a dictator. And this is not about this is not about that. This is being a cooperative leader where you want the best for everyone. This this is what I was talking about. Doing something that feels that you want to help the greater good. Am I saying that right? You want to help others. You want to show up because somehow what you're doing is going to boost everyone involved. Okay, I am going to finish with a rune card. What rune card do we have today? So interesting. This one has come up 3 times now. This is Algiz. This is being defensive, but not in a closed off way. This is understanding what you're facing, having strong boundaries, shining the light on whatever potential um, um, words are not my friend today. We've got the snake, kind of kind of sinister, we got the eyes and but you're safe inside your little tent. You're shining the light on what's actually out there. And that's what allows you to understand how to deal with things. This is you figuring out your why. This is you getting out of whatever quicksand you've been in, because now you're understanding what you have to do, what you're actually dealing with. Um Let's look in the book. Oh, geez. Oh, it's right there. Sweet. They're not numbered. So, light to what is hidden and unspoken. Time to speak. Absolutely. Yeah. Speak. And then, that speaking might be, hey, here's my idea. What do you think? And letting people kind of being open, but also knowing when to take a stand. If people are like, "Well, I don't think that's a good idea," and you're like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because it's not safe. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You know that." Yeah, you're like, "Okay, thanks, but no thanks. I'm still going to do it." It's when people give you constructive suggestions. When they're like, "Oh, that's an interesting idea. Have you thought about doing it this way?" That's those are more the types of people you want to listen to. Yes, speak softly, don't command, suggest. And that is one of the things a true leader does. hmm Absolutely. Okay. Algiz, elk. The meaning of this is elk and shield. Algiz is the rune card that symbolizes protective forces or the need for them to be built in your life. The elk is an animal that has impressive antlers for warning off and fighting enemies. And drawing this card suggests that you need to turn the spotlight on your own defenses so that you are kept safe from negative energy and negative people. Protect yourself by taking care of your own needs, challenging negative thoughts. That's right. And ensuring people don't take advantage of your good nature. The card also points to the importance of trusting and following your instincts. Combine an instinctive and intuitive approach to life with a resilient approach to negativity, both from others and within yourself. And you have all the ingredients in place for remarkable personal growth and a fulfilling life. Yeah. Yeah, it's all the things I've been saying. The negative thoughts that you have, you get to the bottom of those, figure out what you're doing. If people show up and they're feeding you a lot of negativity, you just, you know, you stand in your power. You set healthy boundaries. But you don't try and make anything happen. You stay receptive. And that's it's you're gonna go far. You're gonna go far through cooperating with others. That's right. The Emperor's crown is quite heavy. All right. Yeah, this is a really nice reading. I really like this, and I wish you well in this journey, this new beginning that's going to lead to something really great, to you being in your power, being authentically who you are, and being amongst your tribe. So, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And Varying Red Beard is here. Hello and goodbye. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share.